When you look at the prices of graded cards, you might think it's the best thing to do, but it's actually a big waste of time and money. Today I'm going to be talking about why I think grading cards is a waste of time, money, and resources. Disclaimer: this video does not pertain to collectors, but only to sellers and people that want to make money selling Pokemon cards. If you like grading cards to collect them, then I think it's a very good approach. For example, when you go to PSA's website, it might say $14.99 per card for grading. But that doesn't account for the shipping to PSA, the shipping back from PSA, as well as the insurance that they will charge. Totaled up, this can end up costing between $20 to $25 per card just to get them graded. And then on top of that, you're assuming it'll increase in value by at least $25, which is very hard, considering that most cards do not get a 10. 2, it's a waste of time. Grading with the bulk grading fees, it might take around 45 to 60 business days just to get back to you. In that time period, who knows what the market price of the card will be, if it will go up or down, but you do know that you are locking your card away and not being able to sell it for at least 45 to 60 days. On top of the time that it takes to grade them, it also takes time to complete the forms and fill it out online on the PSA website. This usually takes me hours to do if I have a big bulk submission. 3, grades can be very inconsistent. You've seen a lot of videos online where people get hundreds of grades back and they'll only get like 5 PSA 10s. If this happens to you, then you could lose a lot of money, especially if they are very expensive cards, because getting a 9 or an 8 is basically worse than selling them raw. In most scenarios, a PSA 9 is actually worth less than a near mint copy on TCG Player. Number 4, sales can be very slow for graded cards. In my scenario, selling graded cards is actually a lot slower than selling raw cards. I'm not sure why, but I'd sell like 1 graded card per week, whereas I'll sell hundreds of raw cards per week. This can be due to a lower market size, where less people want graded cards, or just because they're too expensive for people to afford, so they stick with the raw cards. Now, there are certain instances where grading your cards is worth it. If you have a big storefront or you have a lot of capital that you could lock away to grade them, I think grading can be helpful. Also, if you are an online seller and you like to flex your cards, then grading could also be helpful for that, so you can attract more customers. But for most sellers, I think grading your cards is not good, as it will lock up a lot of your money and take a lot of time away that you could be using to reinvest and buy more cards rather than just grading them. In certain scenarios, if you have a very expensive vintage card or a very sought after card that many people would assume could be fake, where like a card that's over $1,000 or something, then grading might be the best move. But if it's a less than $100, I would not recommend grading that card. For example, this Umbreon VMAX is worth around $1,300 right now, raw. But if I were to grade it, it would probably be worth around, it would probably get a PSA 9, which would be probably less than $1,300. So if you were to do that, then you would be wasting a lot of time and money. To conclude this video, of course you could do whatever you want with your cards, and how you want to sell them is up to you, but I just recommend not grading them because of the costs that are involved with grading. I'd love to learn how your experience has been selling graded cards, and feel free to comment that down below. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you.